The 2015 Cape Panwa Hotel Phuket Raceweek kicked off the Asian Yachting Grand Prix season with 36 boats and more than 400 sailors competing off Phuket's southeast coast. A strong turnout, Phuket Raceweek continues to attract increasing numbers of crews from overseas, and this year included a large contingent of sailors from China. The first 2 days proved to be challenging for sailors and race management alike. The fickle winds made it hard to get races in, and on day 2, after a number of hours waiting for the breeze to fill in, racing was called off for all except IRC Racing 1. The two TP52s, Oi and Kodo, managed to get 2 races in on the scoreboard by the end of the second day. The former ex-Team Origin, Kodo, was making their first competitive outing in the region, and the crew were still ironing out the kinks. A little off the pace in the first 2 races saw Oi take an early lead in the series. A strong lineup in IRC Racing 2 saw Fujin hit the line at speed and take an early lead upwind. They were rolled by Fu 4, who went on to claim line honours, but the win on corrected time went to Jasandra 2. Cruising class was set for some close competition, and it was the 2 FAR 1104s that got off the line best and took an early lead. Crabby boat Lagoon Piccolo sailed the perfect race to win the daily double and put the first points on the board, with Windstar claiming second. The multi-hulls were out in force with 15 split over 3 classes, and by the midway point it was Asia Catamaran's Hurricane who'd taken an early lead from sister ship Java in multi-hull racing. While in the Firefly 850 class it was Twin Sharks making the early running. New to Raceweek and new to the region were the Corsair Pulse 600s. 4 were competing in this their first raceweek, and it was Sudo 3 who took an early lead, with Sudo 1 and Sudo 4 keeping them honest. In the charter bareboat class, the light winds proved tough, with 2 out of the 5 being awarded points, 2 DNSs and Venture scoring first place. Now in its 12th year, Phuket Raceweek has grown from local beginnings to become a truly international event. The number of international sailors and charter boats entered this year was more than ever, as was the diversity, with many sailors from China, 2 all-Thai teams and an all-female crew competing.
At the moment we're sitting on 23 nationalities. We have 380 sailors participating, and a lot of them have brought their families and friends and wives with them. Making a total event of about 500 people. We actually have 2 full Thai teams this year. The owner of Cape Panwa Hotel, Kung Lek, he's bought a boat and he entered his own team this year.
We love sailing around Phuket, doing the regattas up here. We're based in Australia, so having the opportunity to come up here when it's Australia's winter is lots of fun, and sailing in Phuket is very easy from Australia. It's close to Australia. It's warm when Australia's having its winter, but the accommodation, the food and everything like that is very reasonably priced. The lifestyle here is wonderful and the yachting's excellent.
Love coming up here. This is my 3rd year and it won't be my last. I'll keep coming, it's great. The facilities are fantastic. The racing committee are very good. They give us lots of information. A lot of places don't do that, and they go out of their way to make everything great. So we'll be back.
The regatta is renowned for being a very good regatta. Our focus is to grow it internationally, and also something that's happened this year for the first time is we actually have participants already booking their accommodation for next year.
By day 3, sailors were beginning to wonder if a series could be completed at all, as the forecast for the final 2 days was not promising. Opting to leave the fleet on shore, RO Simon James headed out in search of wind, while the sailors enjoyed some downtime at the stunning Cape Panwa hotel. From the comfort of the bamboo bar, the pool or the gardens, sailors could keep an eye on the weather. A little after midday the call came. AP was lowered and the fleet were called out to the race area. 2 windward-leeward races were set for all classes, and IRC Racing 1 were off first. There was little to separate Oi and Kodo, and they settled for 1 win each on the day. In IRC Racing 2, Jasandra 2 continued their strong performance with a 2-1 scoreline, taking a strong lead into the final day. With 2 impressive wins for Windstar in the cruising class, they jumped to the top of the standings, while in the charter bareboat class, Fei Yu took a win off Venture in the second race, but a 1-1-3 leaves Venture top of the leaderboard. Asia Catamaran's Hurricanes continued their winning ways in multi-hull racing with 2 more bullets, while Twin Sharks also added 2 more bullets to their Firefly 850 ranking. The Corsair class was building to a final day climax as Sudo 1 scored 2 wins to knock Sudo 3 off the top spot. Heading into the final day, the southwest trade winds had returned and everything was back to normal. The RO gave the classes a series of round the island, and while Kodo snatched victory from Oi in the final race, it wasn't enough to cause an upset as Oi took the series title. In IRC Racing 2, things went to script, with Jasandra 2 showing their dominance over all course types and taking 2 more wins to secure the title comfortably. 2 races for multi-hull racing saw WOW move up the standings with 2 second places to second overall, but no one could stop the charging Asia Catamaran's Hurricane, who finished the series unbeaten. A disappointing 4th in the first race for Twin Sharks became their drop race, and winning the last race of the day secured them a comfortable class win. It was too tight to call in the Corsair class, and with the honours on the final day being shared, it was Sudo 1 who won by a single point to claim the inaugural Corsair class title. A single race for cruising and bareboat charter saw the all-Thai team on Windstar wrap up the cruising class title with a win in the final race, while Venture finished second and with that placed first overall in bareboat charter. There was lots to celebrate at the Cape Panwa Hotel final party. At one point it looked as though a series was going to be hard to complete as the wind gods were not playing ball, but as they say, all's well that ends well. And with the series in the bag, sailors enjoyed the final night's festivities with many planning strategy for next year.